Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to War Hospital. It's episode number 9.
New patient arrived.
We have a pending attack just mere hours away, about 12 hours from now.
Patient is cured.
We are set to be strong. This should be the end of the first chapter. We have every portion of the trench covered.
Sir,
Of course, quick
operation
little
was
fact for you,
successful.
most of you, this is an easy one. This is one that most people are familiar with. But you can see that the trenches all along the way zigzag. The reason for the zigzag, reason why they're not straight, is all it takes is one enemy
New
to
patient
get
arrived.
into the trench, a machine gun or some sort of automatic fire, turn down the trench, down that flank, and start shooting everyone. That's why you have the zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. Makes it a lot easier to defend the trenches
Sir,
from the
operation
enemies.
was successful.
Second reason for it, this one a little bit less known, is you can see that
Sir,
there's a lot of
operation was
barbed
successful.
wire protecting the trench. But you can see that there's one way in, one way out, unless you try to go through that barbed wire. And trust me, that happened plenty, but with a path that is clear. Denied admission. I did deny admission for some of the patients. We're okay there. With a clear path to reach the trench. If you're trying to take the trench, and you're gonna get funneled into there, and look what happens once you do. Not only do you have the ones that are defending that section specifically, but you also have 2 units on the flank. So when you reach that, they can't get to them. They're in that covered, defended area. It's that deeper, more retracted portion of the trench, and you're going to take fire from all sides as you approach it. Definitely a good thing for the defense, difficult for the attack. Now,
Sir,
trickier
new
part,
patient
of course,
arrived.
is if these guys all hop out of the trench to go attack and head towards the front, and there's that down zeppelin, by the way. If they do that, well, you're kind of playing with fire. You got a little further to travel. But it's a lot easier when you're just getting out of the trenches to travel an extra 30 yards than it is when you're on that final last bit and you're under heavy fire trying to get to the trench. It's still a lot easier. 10 good things, 1 bad thing about that one. Scout mission near the front. Scouts reach the meeting point to find an awaiting platoon of British troops. Their commanding officer, Lieutenant Harris, presents his plan to the scouts. HQ has intel about a German supply warehouse deep behind enemy lines that supply the forward artillery. Harris's plan is to cross into enemy territory covertly, find this warehouse, and trace the German artillery positions from there. Simple plan, he says, but quite error-proof. Scout commander is not so optimistic, but his orders are to guide and assist Harris. After a short deliberation, the scouts find 2 ways to cross into enemy territory with such a large number of troops. There's a safer route up the river. Lead Harris's unit west to take a boat up the river, crossing the front line during the night. This should be safer, but much longer way. Attacks coming the next day, but I don't think this is an event that's going to be pertained to the attack. Suggest a quicker route down the river. We can lead them east and cross the river using a small bridge. The route should be quicker, but could also be more dangerous. Opting for, we want to live, we want to come back out of this in one piece, so we're going to go with the safer route. Back away from the trenches, fight pending, yes, we got plenty of firepower for that. What we need to do is prepare for a wide number of casualties inbound. So it's time to get back to the hospital and do some preparations. Trauma supply and trauma patients have been a difficult area for us recently, so we're going to go ahead and put a little extra emphasis there and away from the chemical for a little bit as we try to balance those 2 areas out. But that does leave me with 2 available engineers, but we've got this big attack coming, so I know we're going to need a lot of supplies. I'm nervous to do anything that's going to last too long, but we've got about 10 hours till the project, and we've got 2 engineers that are ready to go. So maybe if we could find a project that's going to be on the shorter side, 6 hours or less or so, should be okay to get on with that. Thing to be careful of is the use of supply. We do have a little bit, but we're going to need a lot of supply for the upcoming. So morgue would certainly help, as we don't have to occupy the bed after a failure. We don't have to wait for the teams. Not that that takes long, but that's an easy improvement. That's short and not costly for us. And we've done most everything else here. The folding stretcher is another one. Very little supply. Allows us to put the medic teams where we need them to be. Also opens up Thomas's splint, which is condition deterioration. That's actually something we could really use. So we're going to go ahead and do this one. So we can shorten rehab of a patient here or decreased cost. I love that decreased cost. Even though we are finally getting in a stable place with 33, we're going to have a lot coming in here real soon.
Engineers reached the pharmacy.
Addison Humphrey has leveled up. The epicenter is nice, but ambitious works significantly better overall. Obvious choice because we rotate them around. Rehab center's a little busy. Let's go ahead and see what we can do about that. There's a lot of decisions waiting. Gosh, we're gonna need supplies, so I know we need some HQ. We're gonna also need to continue to feed the front. Let's feed one more to the front for now. And 12 points, 14 points, 15 HQ points. Very handy. We'll probably spend 8 to 10 of that on resources, rest on upgrades. Takes a lot to keep that going. That'll clear out some, but that's going right on through the supplies. 28 out of 34 being used, and still having 10 awaiting this new increase. That it came in on a train, so they weren't even from our section of the front. We had our section of the front nicely dealt with, and then they bring us these guys a handful of hours before a big fight's going to take place. Not a wise move. Not a wise move. But it should have been sent somewhere that wasn't about to be facing some serious situations. We have still the same. We're resting. We're going to continue to rest. I'm not a fan of any of these three. We might let all of them go. Long surgeries, expensive surgeries, kind of across the board. This guy, 3 supplies, 8 hours, might be the best one. That's just too damn long. We're going to go ahead and deny now. This one, probably just too costly and too long. All of the above. Another upgrade. Another nurse. Violet Blanton. Speeds up operations. Always a good handy one. This is her first level up since joining us, as she's got decreases morale over time when not working, but increases morale over time when working. They spend a lot more time working than not, so I suppose overall she's good for morale, but speeds up operations is definitely a good one. End of the evening. The attack is coming later tonight. We've got 5 more power going to the front, and we're already covered, but we've had a negative event in the short-term increased cost, or take the slightly increased risk. We'll take the slightly increased risk, especially at the moment. We need to reserve some supplies for the pending attack. We did finish one scout assignment. No, we made a decision on it. Yes, okay, we did finish one. They're waiting for an assignment. Some civilians have reported seeing a suspicious cart on the road nearby. According to them, the coachman and the horse were acting strangely. Scouts could investigate it. Yeah, we'll check into that.
Sir,
10 hours.
Scouts unit have started a new mission.
Single member on that. We need to get some support for those scout teams. And we have another level up here. Medic team, 3rd upgrade for them. A lot of the time, not at the cemetery where they are located currently, but a lot of the time our medic teams are working alongside others, and so we'll go ahead and take that bonus. Our upgrade will be done soon. I'm going to save our engineers for supply missions until we don't need them anymore and can get back to work on upgrades. For now, we want to finish the chapter. Less than 10 hours till the attack. Slightly less than that for both of our scout missions. The folding stretcher construction was finished. Now we want to help the casualty clearing station in the near future, having it overloaded. During operation. That is a during operation death. Unfortunate there, but and that casualty clearing station's bugging me. We had it down to about 7 or 8 patients when that train arrived, with no one at the advanced dressing station.
Sir, operation was successful.
It brought us in about 10 additional patients. Really, Really poor timing. Okay. 5 supplies, well rested. Critical. Will we save him? Yes. Surgery reward. Everybody's stable. That's good. We're operating on 3 guys, the ones that needed it most. Positive event. Good to see. Shorter operation and all risk gone. Fantastic. Big help there. Got surgery nearly done.
Sir,
We do have a cargo
operation was
train
successful.
shortly after the attack is pending, so
patient is
that
cured.
should help. Or shortly before. By the way, that should help. But then the next cargo train is not until roughly noon. I do think we're going to need to order those supplies, the alcohol in particular. Shorter rehab for them, cut by 12 hours, and another positive event. Again, shorter rehab. That'll help keep the rehab center cleared a little bit easier. Speaking of, anybody new? A couple new to decide on. Neither one is going to be ready soon. I think the front's going to be a place of need, so we'll send them both back to the trenches after the fight. Their station down to 11. Almost back to an okay number. Yeah, I don't know why everybody's getting so tired so fast at the cemetery lately. Like, they've hardly even had to bury anyone. Is that why they're tired? We'll wait until just before the attack to bring the medics back out. And we'll swap out the 2 at the pharmacy to get rested.
Medics are on the way.
Trauma supplies are coming along. They're up to
Sir,
7.
patient is cured.
About to have dinner. Learned that the canteen, current consumption and supply, you can see we're consuming faster than we are getting supply. There's 33 people to feed. They eat
Sir, engineers
3
reached
times
the
a day.
pharmacy.
No one's hungry, no one's starving. They use 17 food, and that's with regular
Sir,
rations.
nurses reached the hospital.
Oh, come on, more people being brought in straight from the front. We've been having to use the advanced dressing station. 2 more patients coming in just as we
Sir,
got it to
medics
10.
reached the cemetery.
First one's from the front in a while, though. Medic team, upgrade. Everyone's good. No issues, but all 3 doctors are a little bit tired. I think we're going to hold off on operations for a little bit. They're going to need a little rest before the fight. Last patient in the trauma ward finally through that. Only denied one of them. Doctor in the chemical ward is well rested. Looks like it was a chemical attack that is bringing a couple patients to us. We do have the supplies for them, though we are not producing additional ones. So that's going to be a bit to clear out patients already needing help. In anticipation of the attack, the advanced dressing station is going to get real busy real fast, so will the casualty clearing station. So we're going to move our 2 extra medics to the advanced dressing station to prepare for that one.
Sir, medics are on the way. Sir, operation was successful.
Still have 9 patients waiting, but all are in good condition. We do have 1 doctor who is rested, who's just about ready to get back to it. We're going to give him a little bit longer rest and try to knock out a few of these surgeries, but we only have 19 supplies, and we're all looking at 6s and 5s for a lot of these guys. But we do have an exhausted doctor who finished his surgery, now resting. The other one is still operating. The idea is to get them a little bit fresher before the attack comes, and then do a little triage. Nice positive event. Good. Shorter rehab and morale rising, though. Oh, okay. We denied a patient. He has passed away. We're now at 91 dead. That number has slowed down drastically from the way it used to be. Oh, another patient just died during surgery,
Sir,
though.
medics reached the...
That does change things here a little bit. Chemical ward. Did I have 3 of them? Or just the 2? I don't know. There's 2 there. 2 at the trauma ward. That might have been where we had the 3. No, we definitely had just 2 there. It's here. It was a surgery ward. Douglas Piaget has lost a lot of patients. The other 2 doctors have leveled up. He has not. And he has not had a terribly successful rate here. And how is our other guy tired now when he was not. He was sleeping, and he's still sleeping. He was rested, he just wasn't well rested, right? I don't know. Alright, we're gonna get all engineers until someone needs a rest active and making those supplies, but we are low on the alcohol, so we need to get a train. Got that number back down to 10 just before the attack with the advanced dressing station free. I had 3 medic teams there awaiting casualties from the war. I've got 1 more rehab patient, 3 more power heading to the front just before the attack, and a little bit of power after the attack to start replenishing the losses that we take there. We've got 2 dead waiting burial at the cemetery, so they're not in too bad a shape there. Operating wards down to just 2 patients. We've got 1 surgery nearly done. 1 guy rested, the others are still tired. Everybody's good. Still waiting.
Sir, operation was
Not
successful.
necessarily for the attack and the immediate casualties that are coming in, but trying to get the doctors a little bit more fresh before we start. And finally, under 10 for just the second time in quite a while. 2 hours till the attack. Positive event here. Shorter rehab will help. Pharmacy, we've run out of alcohol though, so changing the assignments a little bit. Let's go ahead and start resting at least 1 guy, and then putting 1 on alcohol duty for a little bit. I only have 89 supplies though. I think we're gonna just go ahead and rely on our train. Get them rested up.
Sir,
We're gonna have a
engineer
busy
is on the
day.
way.
Just half an hour till the train's here, so basically just sending them on a lunch break is all. All the patients remain in good shape. We do have a well-rested doctor, and we're going to get him started on a shift and get him some surgeries going on these guys that have been waiting for quite some time. We're going to get him taken care of. There we go. All these patients. So he's going to get 4 of them out of the way. That's a good thing. Trauma ward. Last patient. And chemical ward. Last patient being operated on now. Our shipment came in, so we now have the 20 alcohol. We're able to continue going.
To the dugouts!
Artillery bombardment has hit 1 hour prior to the major attack, so this is going to cause some casualties as well. And a gas attack. Why would you gas attack right before? Nope, they're coming down apparently.
Sir, we have wounded soldier.
Okay, we have an event. Okay, we can do an amputation, cut down rehabilitation. It's 1
Sir,
resource.
Scouts unit has started its
It's
mission.
1. We'll be okay. Okay, here we go. 19. And we're still apparently half an hour away from the actual attack, right? That was just the pre-bombardment. They're all in the trenches, but we have 3 medic teams here. They should be getting out to the trenches to do something. And now we have a scout mission. Strange case. Scout team quickly located the cart in question. It was filled with crates and set on the side of the road. Strangely enough, the coachman was leaning over the horse, which seemed to be lying on the ground, sick or dying. When the team approached, coachman looked at them in with powerlessness in his eyes. When questioned, he told the scouts that his horse was fine this morning, but started acting strangely just recently after they stopped for a break. He only drank some water from the river and was given a little feed, sir, coachman swore. Asked about the goods on the cart, coachman sadly tells the scouts that they were medicine supplies for a village not far from here, but with the current state of the horse, he will not be able to deliver them, so we can offer him help in delivering the supplies. Scouts will take the supplies to the village in exchange for some valuables to cover their maintenance costs. Okay, that's still good. Or confiscate everything from the cart, which, yes, that would be nice. 10 alcohol, 10 surgical, 10 trauma, 10 chemical supplies, but no. No. Scout commander inspects crates, spots a crate of nice brandy, cleverly hidden between the medicine. He tells the coachman that they are willing to help him, but they would like to receive some of the brandy he was smuggling in his cart. Coachman at first denies it, but then, smiling with embarrassment, he admits to everything. After some short consideration, he agrees to the commander's proposition. HQ orders. 21st June, 1918, 5 a.m. Counteroffensive starts. We should not expect any more German attacks in the next few days. We managed to survive, even though it came an hour earlier than expected. Triple achievements. Finished chapter 1. Not Mr. Hyde, so apparently it was a good thing. So chapter 1 completed. 148 patients saved. 92 patients death. We took in 2 civilians. We were a efficient humanitarian. On to the next chapter.
The perversity of war. Is a man in a different uniform a different man? Would they do the same for us? I guess I'll never find out. You have to live on. And although now I can see that we will not save everyone, we must give hope to those we are trying to save.
Sir, new patient, sir. Dispatch from HQ.
Report?
The battle in Armin started around 4 a.m. Multiple casualties and wounded. They're being transported to our hospital right now.
Oh, these poor souls. These days it seems like each battle is more meaningless than the last one.
It is sad, but it is a soldier's duty to fight. And our duty is to heal them. We should check the stock of our medical supplies and prepare the staff. It seems there will be a lot of work for us in the near future.
Orders. Survive till 6 a.m. on 23rd August 1918. It's the 8th now, so we've got 2 weeks to survive. Looks like we've had a resupply. Let's go ahead and get a lay of what's different here before we proceed any further. We have a new count, so I did not expect that. I might have to reassess how I'm counting things. 148 saved so far. We got the humanitarian through there, but the morale has reset. The supplies have all gotten to full, to max. 40 military contracts, 7 staff, and it looks like we still have an operating ward fit for 5. I have a statement here of stay with me in the casualty clearing station where there are 12 rehab centers cleared. So we do have a bit of a reset. Advanced dressing station is at 0 for the moment. It looks like we have a number of patients inbound. We have different missions for the scouts now, so big reset entering the new chapter. I don't know if time has progressed. Feels like it has. It's August now, right? It was not August before, so time has moved forward a bit. Refugee group came to the hospital and claimed that they were chased out of their homes by German troops. Scout team should be sent to investigate their claims. 2 teams. It's going to take the same amount of time, so we'll go ahead and send the one that has just the 1, just in case. Meanwhile, we have everyone is well rested now, so we're able to deal swiftly, and we have a lot of supplies. So we'll begin with the patient in the worst shape. And then it gets easy from there. Supply demands are awfully high. Some of these are going to take longer than others. Let's start with the ones that are the worst wounds. So we'll get anybody who's a 3. Those out of the way. We're still looking at least 2 of the doctors only having a 2-hour shift for the time being. So we'll go ahead and assign at least a couple more hours worth and get them all to roughly 4 hours. To go from well rested to exhausted in just 4 hours. I don't know. 3 surgeries, I guess. The number of surgeries is part of that. Very quickly gets us down to 4 patients, with everyone with more serious wounds being addressed on the near end of it. 40 supplies gone just like that for that round of 8 surgeries, though. Trauma ward's nice and clear. Chemical ward has just one patient, so we'll get right on with that one. Only one of those had a higher risk. The rest were all pretty savable. What? Okay, looking at our personnel. Got 7 contracts. We have 7 contracts right now, and we do have room for teams. Scout teams are definitely something that need attention, though. So I might address our scout teams. Alright, we can bring this team up to 3 members. So we'll go ahead and order. We'll spend 2 points on the other. So that'll end up spending 3 of our points to get both scout teams up to 3 members. But the other one's on a task that's going to take 20 hours, so we're going to have to wait on that. We're going to get started at the pharmacy to get things going there. But that leaves me 4 engineers available, at least for a short while, and plenty of supply. I think it's a good time to get a project on the go, an upgrade project, after we see our 1 high-risk surgery, or maybe 2 high-risk surgeries, one of them, total removal of risk plus a morale boost. That's fantastic, especially when our morale was down to 50 after the reset. We're at 52 now. Obvious choice for me, casualty clearing station and the advanced dressing station with a 10% decrease of condition deterioration on the cheap. Now that we've unlocked that, that is such an easy choice, and we can actually get it done really quickly. It'll take just 1 hour. Another positive event, shorter operation by 3 hours, and none of the operations were longer than 4. Decreased risk as well. Means that one should be just about done. Train in 1 hour. I'm assuming that is going to be the train that brings a load of new patients. Yes, it's a personnel train. We've got a second personnel train 2 hours later that might be bringing more casualties to us as well. And we don't have a cargo train until 5:40 this evening. It's only 9 a.m. So we're going to be on our own for a little while. That drop in morale needlessly will take a decrease. It's a fairly risky one already. We're going to drop it by 2. 1 extra supply, but at the moment we got 47. That was our chemical ward.
Was successful.
Upgrade coming to the casualty clearing station. Good to see. First rehab center patient of chapter 2. And so far we are a 2 for 2 on saving patients. I think we should have a much better ratio this time than chapter 1.
Sir, operation was successful.
I think I'm going to have to reevaluate my scoring. 600 patients, I think it's going to be the last chapter. We just saw 250. This chapter should be somewhere in between. It's a lot of extra patients, so I'll have to reassess how I want to do that. But we have an event. Proper burial. Sir, we've just received a request from HQ. Several bodies have been found nearby, likely hit by an artillery strike. HQ asks us to provide them with a burial. If we do so, they'll grant us staff permits. Medic team will be unavailable for 12 hours. We have plenty of them right now. So, yes, absolutely. We do not need 3 guys at the advanced dressing station right now, as it is. So, we'll send one of them. Positive event. Make up for the negative one we had short while ago. Risk drops. And time. Good. Those bonuses that we've put in place to get positive events more frequently is definitely making a difference. I think we want to change some of our staffing as we were preparing for a big fight and then it's just not coming. So let's go ahead and rest one of these groups. And then, yeah, we'll rest one of these nurses, the one that's already tired. And the engineers, these guys have already finished that upgrade. Jeez, they'll be back to full strength in less than an hour. And then we'll do another upgrade. We don't need to wait an hour to do it, but we'll wait. Very low risk there. Now,
Sir, new patient arrived.
3 for 3. We do have some patients rolling in. There is some activity at the front. But they're able to come straight to the casualty clearing station. Supplies decreasing down to 874. The train coming in a little bit is bringing patients. It is not bringing supply. If we're lucky, it'll bring some supply with it, but I highly doubt it. Highly. That casualty clearing station I was saying was something that needed to be addressed. 330 freight is not something we obviously want to be spending. We're going to be down to 530. That's already starting to take a hit, but we're not producing much at the moment as everything's pretty full. Long upgrade. The 4 points won't hurt us. The 330 hurts us a little, but we're doubling the number of beds. That's going to make a difference. Opens up slots for nurses and medics too, which certainly doesn't hurt. For now, we stand to take a 24-hour project and cut it down to 10.5 hours by assigning 4 engineers to it. We're not going to go much further than that, but that's certainly not a bad thing. We'll pull them off eventually. It's going to take more than that 10.5 hours, but it'll certainly cut down the time. We'll make some rapid progress, at least for a few hours here.
Sir, new patient arrived.
Oh,
Sir,
there we go.
operation was successful.
That wasn't even just the train. This was...
engineers reached the construction site.
We don't know how soon it's going to be till we have an attack, and that preparation probably totally reset. Remember, we just pushed forward like 2 months. We're going to need members at the front. In the short term, we have plenty of those military contracts. We need to equip the front first, so they're all scheduled to go back to the front. 6 for 6 so far, by the way. And now a much busier casualty clearing station. Chemical ward's clear. Trauma ward is clear. 10 awaiting. One of the guys we had scheduled that was good is already serious. That happened awfully fast. But the rest, not coming very soon. We do have 4 stable that were brought in. The others are going to have to wait.
Operation was successful.
Our first attack is pending in just under 3 days from now. We are not equipped for it, and that's what I expected. We're starting from scratch. We're starting from 0. We have 9 power going to the front. That's not going to be enough. We're going to get that strong before we bother with HQ assignments, or at least try to get it to that point before we bother, but we might do a little of both. Okay, we have a resting and tired. We have a tired. We have a rested but operating. But somebody's critical and not looking good. We're going to let him go. He's going to be our first denied patient. We do have that stable one who can definitely be saved, though. Yeah, we don't want to wait too long for that one. Looks like a new game update that only triggered as we started the new chapter, but we're starting to get regular messages from staff members wherever they're located, just talking about the situation. Definitely did not see that during chapter 1, and I'm seeing it frequently now. And yes, we're getting the message that we have too
operation
few.
Was successful. Sir, patient is
Upgrade.
cured.
Is that a doctor? Doctor. Yes. Piaget, finally. We'll give him the same one that the others have. Should be the steady hands, right? Raises chances for operation simplification. That's worked really well with the other 2. Speaking of, look what we have here. In operation simplification. Risk drops. Difficulty drops by 2. Very good.
New patient arrived.
Rehab suddenly up to 8 patients. That happened very quick. And until we have what we need, we definitely want to send most of these to the trenches. Oh, we're already good, but only to green, not like the good. There you go. Strong, just like that. And that next one will go to HQ, our first one. There's another message. Connor Larson, I feel so tired.
Operation was successful.
And there it is, folks. 10. I'll pause for now. 10 patients from 10 saved that we have already turned somebody down. So they're guaranteed we are going to have our first casualty before long. But fantastic start to chapter 2. All the upgrades we had are retained, and with the influx of supply, it's making it a lot easier to get a head start on something significant to help us out going forward in the next chapter, like that casualty clearing station, which is constantly overloaded. Adding 10 more beds there as we're working on that already. It's already down to under 5 hours. We've done half that project so far, so we're not too far off from the significant impact of having 4 guys working on that, but I don't think we can keep them there much longer, so it'll slow that project down, but at least it's already over half done. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.